Welcome to Leadership Greater Hartford's 2024 Polaris Awards. We are ready to start our amazing celebration. To help us kick off the night, please welcome to the stage Larissa Kotke, Leadership Greater Hartford's President and CEO.
Hello, friends. Good evening, and welcome. I am so excited to be here with all of you tonight. I want to thank you for attending and being part of our annual celebration that recognizes community leadership and the individuals and organizations who make a difference in so many lives and are leading movements for positive change in our communities. This evening, we will honor 3 Polaris Award winners who embody the pillars of LGH, which are community, leadership, and connections. These award winners are Janine McMahon, Charter Oak Boxing Academy, and Thea Montanez. I can promise you that their stories will be inspiring, and I hope that they motivate you to find ways that you can contribute to the greater good in the city of Hartford, our region, and beyond. I also want to take a brief moment to ask any of our past Polaris honorees that are here to stand and be recognized. You are a part of this history and tradition. Those are folks who had on gold beads during the reception, and I know I spotted a few of you, so please stand. Of course, none of tonight would be possible without the efforts and key support of my amazing LGH staff team, board of directors, and our sponsors. So thank you first, team. Please give them a huge round of applause. This includes Anna, Andre, Doe, Jernell, May, Tamika, and Tony. Those of you who know LGH well may know that we have 2 newer faces on the team. Anna joined us 3 months ago, and Tamika, well, her first day was yesterday. So welcome to Tamika. Thank you also to our full board, led by Chair Dan Noonan and Vice Chair Preksha Palmer. And a special thank you to the engagement committee of our board, who helps step up every year to ensure tonight's success. And our gold sponsors, the Cigna Group and iHeartRadio and the River 105.9. Thank you to our silver sponsor, Webster Bank, and our bronze sponsors, AAA, Fuss & O'Neill, Standard Builders, and Summit. And thank you to our copper level sponsors as well. We also, for those of you who don't know, we have a group of year-long sponsors who invest in LGH's programs and events on an ongoing basis, including Polaris. So thank you to Goodwin University, Capture the Concept, and People's Bank for taking the lead support roles in that group. And our gratitude as well to our brass and copper level visionary sponsors. It is because of institutions like this that we're able to meet our goals and make our dreams come true. There's another goal that I have for tonight. It is that I hope that you hear and learn the role that LGH plays in connecting resources in the community by not only growing the individual leader, but strengthening organizations with the leaders we equip and redeploy back to their workplaces and communities with new skills and understanding gained through their experiences in our programs. I'll share more about those opportunities later. I also know that we have a lot of old friends and alumni in the room. Just look at your neighbor's beads. But I also hope that you had the opportunity to connect with someone new during our pre-reception. So for both old and new friends meeting us tonight, I wanted to share our vision. At LGH, we aspire to live in a world where empowered and effective LGH leaders drive transformative change, creating more just and caring communities. You'll hear these themes from us a few more times tonight. This is also a good time to remind you that Polaris is not only our signature annual community celebration, where we honor guiding lights leading the way, but it is also our sole annual fundraiser for LGH, and proceeds from this event fund our mission work. You've already contributed in some ways through purchasing a ticket, bidding in the silent auction, which is out by the registration table and will close at 8:30, buying raffle entries, or making direct gifts. There will be other ways shared soon on how you can further your support tonight, but please know that this support is critical and enables our success, so thank you all. And one of the many ways that we've found success in carrying out our mission for the past 47 years is a supportive and collaborative relationship from the team at the City of Hartford. So before we go much further into tonight's celebration, I would like to share the warm wishes from Mayor Arunan Arulampalam, who wanted to be with us this evening. He is an executive orientation alum himself and is very proud of this organization, and particularly proud of all of the ways that each of tonight's honorees have impacted the City of Hartford. So he sends his best wishes to us all, and we thank him for thinking of us this evening. And with that, I would like to give a warm welcome to the member of LGH's senior team, May Maloney, Senior Program Director for Quest and Leaders on Board, and Andre Santiago, Vice President and Chief Program Officer.
Hi, everybody. It's so nice to see so many friends in the audience tonight. I'm really looking forward to having some fun this evening. So let's give a round of applause to our wonderful caterers. We are fortunate, yes? We love them for their culinary talent, but even more for their alignment with our mission. For those of you who may not know, Fire by Forge is a social enterprise of Forge City Works that provides job training and food access to empower people to improve their lives. In particular, they help train people who historically face barriers to employment to create a catalyst for neighborhood economic development that can break the cycles of poverty and homelessness. Thank you for being such a tremendous vendor and partner to us. We also hope that you have a chance to check out the amazing raffle and prize packages valued at over $1,300 each. Ticket sales do end soon, so we encourage you to buy tickets as we go through tonight's presentations. You can see page 5 in your program book for the link to enter. And remember, as you've heard, all proceeds do benefit Leadership Greater Hartford's mission. Andre and I are here to tell you a few things that you can expect for Polaris 2024. Last year, we celebrated 20 years of Polaris, an incredible milestone, and so we had to think long and hard about how to make tonight even better. And I think we came up with some great stuff.
So tonight is going to require participation. So I can't be the loudest one in the room. So we're going to share with you how you're going to participate. We encourage you to get up, to move, to dance, to step out of your comfort zones, but we're going to have a great time. While we have changed it up a bit, we've kept a lot of things steady with our Polaris Awards. Obviously, we're all here to celebrate some tremendous leaders within our communities. And so we're lucky to also have our wonderful musical accompanist to help elevate that celebration. So if you can all join me in thanking Matt Tobin from Savage Piano Bar again this year. Do I go? I don't know. So to get the party started, we're going to share with you how you all can participate. At the end of the evening, there will be yummy desserts and champagne to toast our honorees. We have also invited LGH's Director of Consulting and Training, Tony Saccone, to join us. For those of you who've not had the privilege of meeting Tony, where is he? Tony, wave. Everyone look at Tony. Say, hi, Tony. Tony is an amazing drummer and singer himself, and he plays with a band called Jaded all across the state. If you've not had the privilege of hearing Tony, you're gonna wanna do it. Matt has agreed to jump in with Tony and his band tonight. So we're going to celebrate through music. They did not tell me that was gonna be there, so, okay, let me refocus. Oh, I do have Uncle Tony and the Tonettes in my notes. So you're probably wondering, how does that involve me, Andre? I'm gonna tell you. So we've separated the groups by 4 categories, and we're gonna share with you how that works. We've told Matt all about our programs. Matt's now a regular here at our Polaris Awards, so he knows what he's got himself in for. But when we share the categories of our program graduates and community friends, Matt is going to play a theme song. When you hear that theme song for your category, and we'll tell you what it is, you are to get up and to dance and to move. And now some of you are like, that's not me, Andre, I don't do that. You can at least stand and smile and clap and holler and hoot, right? Judgment-free zone. And we especially love this kind of integration of challenge and competition because while LGH is such a tight-knit family, we know that our cohorts, our class members have such a special bond with their unique classes. And I'm sure all of you have heard the old saying that Quest 2007 was the best. Well, I hate to tell everyone, every Quest class says that. So you're all the best, I promise you. All right, let me see what our first song is for the evening. Is that me or is that you, May?
I think it's me.
All right, I'm turning it back over.
All right, thank you. Okay, so Matt, let's start with our new friends of LGH and sponsors. If you're not sure that's you, just look around your neck for silver and green beads. Matt is gonna play our song.
If you have silver and green, stand up! Stand up!
I want to thank you for letting me be myself again. I want to thank you for letting me be myself again.
I'm pretty impressed. So thank you all.
That's pretty nice. That was good.
You know, especially our group at Travelers and Goodwin, right? You all rocked the house tonight. So let's give it up for all of our friends and sponsors one more time. So friends and sponsors with those colored beads, every time you hear Matt playing that song tonight, we stand and we dance. Capiche? Capiche? All right. And that song is Thank You by Sly and the Family Stone. So again, every time you hear it, let's stand up and dance. Thank You by Sly and the Family Stone. All right, you don't have to get, oh, thank you, thank you. All right.
All right, next up we have executive orientation and our summit alumni. All alumni have blue beads, but for this song, we're specifically looking for executive orientation and summit alumni. Matt, take it away.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Don't stop. You can stop now. Yeah.
I'm impressed. That's the way you lead. Remember, every time you hear Don't Stop Believing by Journey,
You stand and dance.
you stand and dance. Next, we have the group that may set the standard of excellence. This is our Third Age Initiative alumni. Listen for your song.
If you're a third age alum, let's stand up. Come on. There's quite a few in the house tonight.
I met him at the candy store. He turned around and
Take a
smiled
look
at
around
me.
the
You
room.
get
Look
the
at everyone
picture? Yes, we
dancing.
see. That's when I fell for the leader of the pack. All right, you get the idea. That could happen anytime.
Thank you, third agers, for leading our pack here at LGH.
And as Senior Program Director for Quest and Leaders on Board, I might be a little bit biased for this next group. Where are my Quest and Leaders on Board alumni? Are you ready? Make me proud.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Oh, get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Love that. We're going off script. Matt, play me Thank You. If this is your song, stand up. That's right, green.
Want to
and
thank you
silver.
for letting me be myself again. Want to thank you for letting me be myself again.
Next, we want Quest and Leaders on Board.
What song?
Oh, that is Get Up, Stand Up.
Get
I'm
up,
all right.
stand up.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
And now sit down. Thank you.
Go, leader of the pack, and now he's gone.
leader of the pack,
The
third
leader of the
agers.
pack, and now he's gone.
Go ahead,
My
Linda.
friends
Go,
were
Carol.
always putting him down, down.
We missed one, but we'll get back to you. So, Matt knows. Thank you. EOP and Summit. Let's go. EOP Summit.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to
Come on, board chair Dan Noonan. Yeah.
Sweet lights, people. Don't stop.
Round of applause to all of you. Now be ready, because he's ready. That was so much fun. Thank you all for contributing and participating. Now that we've done some of the fun stuff, we're going to continue with the additional fun stuff. That was music fun. Now this is celebration fun. So I think it's time to move into our highlight of the point of the evening. I can't read my notes. These are not real glasses, folks. Just kidding. We are excited to have 3 current LGH board members to help introduce and congratulate our award presenters for the evening. So to get the show started, I'm going to ask Maura Fitzgerald to come up on the stage. Thank you. Maura is Senior Vice President with McDowell Communications Group, and she's here to present our 2024 Connections Polaris Award. The floor is all yours, Maura.
Thank you, Andre. Right here. This is mine. If you guys will excuse me, I have to de-age my eyes to match the size of the font. Just 24. Good evening. Hello, Hartford. You guys having a good time? Excellent, excellent. Well, I am so excited and honored to be up here to tell you about tonight's Connection Polaris Award winner, Janine McMahon. There we go. There we go. I cannot think of a more deserving person for this award than Janine. She is truly a connector in every sense of the word. But as you are about to hear and see, Janine is so much more. She's also an advocate, a problem solver, a change agent, and a servant leader. I first met Janine as my classmate in our Quest 2022 program, 22, the best Quest class. And so to prepare for this, I asked my fellow Quest 22ers for their thoughts on Janine, and here's a sample of what they had to say about Janine. I think what I remember most about Janine is how radically vulnerable and authentic she was with all of us. Sure. I'm so grateful to have shared space with her and borne witness to her process. As the year unfolded for us in 22, Janine's story became my favorite, and as a collective, we all began to root for her. In the face of adversity, she began making her own path and writing a new story that could not go untold. Janine's roles in Hartford are many, but she will proudly tell you the most important of those roles is mother. Janine's story includes that of being a young and single mother. It's a story of overcoming and inspiring others. It's a story of choosing purpose above all else. Janine is a mastermind at taking on some of the systemic challenges in our city and state and addressing them head-on with compassion and inclusion. She is focused on helping all parents develop skills to be the best versions of themselves and believes engaged parents will build stronger neighborhoods and better communities. This is embodied in her personal mission, meet people where they dream. Meet people where they dream. Janine's mission speaks powerfully to her focus on inclusivity and equity in the community solutions she's helped design and implement. Janine is currently the founder and CEO of JDM Global Leadership Coaching and Consulting, LLC, and she's an Operations and Special Initiatives Specialist for the National Parent Leadership Institute. She holds many local and national community volunteer positions, including serving as chair of the board of directors for the Asylum Hill Neighborhood Association. Let's hear more about Janine and her impact.
The Leadership Greater Hartford Polaris Awards celebrates those making a difference through their leadership and shines a light on the impact they are making in our region. These leaders embody LGH's core values of community, leadership, and connections. The Leadership Greater Hartford Connections Polaris Award recognizes an individual, an organization, or a business that exemplifies the value of partnership and collaboration in our communities. This year, the Connections Polaris Award is proudly presented to Janine McMahon.
When I saw the Polaris Award, I nominated Janine actually last year and this year. And I just thought this was perfect for her. With all that she does in the community, all that she does with helping people, I just thought this would be a great award for her.
I love being a part of the Greater Hartford region and community because of all of the amazing people. I had 2 kids, I was single, and I decided, maybe I need to just make a full change. And I decided to pack up my things and move to Connecticut. I had to go on government supports, right? I started working closely with a nonprofit who helped me to navigate the system, went into leadership courses with this nonprofit, and then that just spiraled into all this human services work and community activism and facilitating leadership classes myself. And it kind of just all fell into place.
Well, I think Janine's a source for inspiration because she has lived the life that so many people in our neighborhood are living. I mean, she's raising her family in a difficult neighborhood in Hartford where things don't always go the way you want them to as a parent. She's very engaged and she is all about problem solving. And she wants to hear from everybody. She doesn't just dominate a conversation. She wants to hear what everyone has to say. And that's really important when you're building a community organization. It's important to make sure everyone's participating. She's very much a participatory kind of leader.
I'm inspired by my daughter because she helped us to open up and be more loving and welcoming to others. I'm inspired by my son because I was a teen mom. I had my son at 19 And I was told by individuals who I thought would have wrapped their hands around me and support me that I wasn't gonna amount to anything. And my son inspired me to do better, to be better, and he literally made me the person that I am. A lot of the experiences that I had, these lived experiences that propelled me into this work that I'm doing, started with him and our journey. And so I'm inspired by many, but the core of my inspiration is my children. In order to shift a system or improve a system, you have to include and partner with the people that are accessing the system. The 2Gen initiative in Connecticut started back in 2015. The 2Gen approach is a whole family approach, not just supporting the needs of one individual in a family, but really providing wraparound supports for an entire family. At the time, I was partaking in the Leadership Quest program, and I was doing a lot of different workshops around DEIB, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and it has literally stuck with me to this day. It's what transitioned me, it's what changed me. Like, how am I ensuring that the families that I'm connecting with have this sense of belonging in this work?
For Janine, Connections is having her connecting you to all these different organizations or people because she knows so many people in the community. A program that having Janine being as a voice is being able to take a program that was called PLTI, which has led me to being the chair for Signey Square Park because I worked on a project. That wouldn't have existed if she didn't guide us there.
I connect with folks and I hear things like, my voice doesn't matter. I think when the community comes together, rallies around each other, they get this sense of belonging. When you feel like you belong to a community, you start to invest in the community more. When you invest in the community, you start to see the shift in the community, the transition. And so for me, because of experiencing and seeing and living that shift, it's a need, it's a must to continue connecting people. It's never just about me. So receiving the award means for me that I am doing what I've been destined to do, and I'm living my dream.
Janine, in your work with the Asylum Hill Neighborhood Association, the 2Gen Initiative, and your personal coaching and consulting business, you empower others to advocate for themselves, their families, and their communities. And you open doors to opportunities they might not otherwise know about. We are so proud to recognize you with the 2024 Connections Polaris Award.
So everyone, please put your hands together and welcome this year's Connections Polaris Award recipient, my friend and questmate, Janine McMahon.
Going down the road, hands in the air, people everywhere, love and unity is there. It's not time yet, but we don't care. It don't matter where you're from, put your flag up in the air. Represent, just one love, just one love, just one love.
You did justice to my song. Connections are about building a bridge to close the gaps on siloed communities. Connections are about providing access and opportunities to those who may not have access and opportunities. My song choice this evening was Represent by Machel Montano. Because in my work, I've not always led with my Caribbean culture, but today, my choice was to express my culture. And it is our culture, our similarities, and our differences that connects us. I am deeply honored and humbled to stand before you tonight to accept this prestigious Polaris Award. This recognition as a community connector is one of the highest honors I could imagine, and I'm profoundly grateful for this acknowledgement. First and foremost, I want to express my sincere gratitude to the Leadership Greater Hartford team and the Polaris Award Committee for selecting me for this distinguished recognition. I'm extremely grateful to everyone who nominated me for this award. Your belief in my efforts and contributions to our community means more to me than words can adequately convey. I would not be standing here without the unwavering support of my family, friends, and colleagues. Their encouragement, patience, and understanding have been my bedrock. Thank you for always believing in me and inspiring me to strive for excellence in everything that I do. Being a community connector is not a solitary endeavor. It is a collaborative effort that involves countless individuals who share a common vision of unity, progress, and positive change. I am incredibly fortunate to be surrounded by passionate and dedicated people who work tirelessly to make our community a better place for everyone. When I think about connections, I think about Maureen Bish, who paved the way for me to become an agent of change. I think of her statement, "This is a journey from me to we," one that has resonated with me and inspires the way that I lead in community day by day. I would be remiss not to mention Ted Carroll's ability to connect and collaborate with others on efforts that impact the community. It's like a beautiful dance of passion, precision, and unwavering dedication, gracefully weaving together diverse communities and resources to create harmonious partnerships. Ted has truly inspired my ability to connect. Melvette Hill, my Auntie Sandra, my mom, all the amazing women in my life who have modeled the art of connections, thank you. To my fellow community members and collaborators, this award is as much yours as it is mine. Your commitment to creativity and resilience have been instrumental in achieving our shared goals. Together, we built bridges, fostered understanding, and created opportunities that have enriched our community. I am deeply grateful for your partnership and for the trust that you have placed in me. As I reflect on my journey, I am reminded that this work is far from over. The challenges we face as a community are complex, are ever evolving, but I am confident that together we can overcome them. This award serves as a powerful reminder and the importance of connection, collaboration, and compassion. It is a testament to the incredible impact we can have when we come together with shared purpose. I am accepting this award. I am inspired to continue my commitment to fostering connections and building a stronger, more inclusive community. Strong partnerships drive thriving communities. Let us use this moment to renew our dedication to one another and to the values that bind us. Let us continue to work hand in hand, heart to heart, create a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. We connect in community and build partnerships through leadership. Do you see what I just did there? We connect in community and then build partnerships through leaderships. And so to my fellow honorees, I congratulate you on your nomination and your awards as well. Together, let us keep thriving for excellence, for unity, and for the betterment of our beloved community. Meet people where they dream, and let's keep providing hope for a prosperous and powerful future. Thank you.
Polaris Awards celebrates those making a difference through their leadership and shines a light on the impact they are making in our region. These leaders embody LGH's.
Next, Reverend Daryl Goodwin, Executive Conference Minister of the Southern New England Conference, United Church of Christ, and also Secretary of the Board of LGH, will present the 2024 Community Polaris Award.
Tonight I'm going to represent my alter ego, Darrell. And hopefully I can find my notes. Some people can't see with glasses, and I might not be able to see unless I put them above my head. This is what happens when you have multiple people using the same book. Enter Durrell, I think this is my... I have the pleasure of introducing... Thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing the Charter Oak Amateur Boxing Academy, or COBA. I believe there's people up there, which I can now see, but now I need to read this again. COBA is dedicated to creating champions in the ring, but first and foremost, champions of life. COBA is a comprehensive youth development program committed to working with males and females aged 8 to 18. It starts with a regimen and athletic conditioning, but builds much more. The program fosters confidence, expands minds, and builds bonds. The coaching team and staff do this by providing a holistic support system for its participants, covering their academic, mental, physical, and emotional needs. I was lucky to see the special energy of COBA in person through my experience in LGH's Executive Orientation Program. Our visit and tour of COBA was just one of the many stops around the city to help me get acquainted with organizations and people who are making a difference in Hartford and the surrounding areas. You can only imagine the level of activity there on any given weekday after school, and I witnessed so much more. I witnessed the qualities of integrity, discipline, and leadership being instilled in our youth. I also witnessed a caring, dedicated group of adults with passion for laying a foundation for success. This team is led by a champion in his own right, head coach Johnny Callis. Johnny is a Hartford native, world champion, pro referee, and Connecticut Boxing Hall of Famer, who has the vision of over 35 years ago to create a place like COBA for Hartford's youth to dream bigger than their current circumstances and become productive community citizens. Let's learn more about this team's journey.
Leadership Greater Hartford Community Polaris Award recognizes an individual, an organization, or a business leading the way to make our region more vibrant and committed to the common good. This year, the Community Polaris Award is proudly presented to Charter Oak Boxing Academy, known by its fans as COBA.
Amateur boxing is an incredible teaching vehicle because it very much parallels life. Amateur boxing in and of itself, to be successful at it, takes sacrifice, discipline, goal-oriented behavior. So what we try to do at COBA is we try to utilize that and have it carry on over into life.
A typical day at COBA, a kid would arrive, they would put their stuff away, they should come prepared, ready to start training the minute they get there. They are very regimented, very good about routine and structure, which I think is super vital for any young person. It's helpful for adults, let alone kids, right? So it sets the foundation. We do a round table of kind of what's going on with them at the moment, if anybody, I call it highs and lows. The kids are very supportive of one another. The girls are really good about showing up for one another and being invested. After group, they just go back to training and they train until the end of the evening.
The first time I got in contact with Charter Oak Boxing Academy, actually I'm a former boxer. I started boxing when I was 10 years old, and believe it or not, Charter Oak Boxing Academy actually was my opponent. Actually, at that time in the 90s when I used to box, and we want our kids that come to the program to see the leadership, how to get involved in the community. The more you get involved, we come one as a unit, we will succeed as a group.
I created COBA originally in 1988 with Central Connecticut State University Boxing and, Charter Oak Boxing Academy. And we now basically work with 3 colleges. Our kids never even, knew the concept of college. They didn't know outside a 1-mile radius of Charter Oak Terrace, which was a war zone, one of the worst housing projects in the Northeast. And all of a sudden they're going to Penn State, boxing alongside their teammates, their college teammates. They're seeing campuses at Lock Haven State University. They can see, wow, this is something that I can earn and I deserve, and in a way I should be entitled to if I work hard enough.
We turn students, kids that comes to the boxing program professional in life. And that's what basically I give a lot of credit to the program like these, Charter Boxing Academy, that guide you and kept me off the streets at that time.
The beautiful thing about COBA is it's not a program, it's a family. You join the program as a client, a kid that comes in and wants to train. It goes so far beyond just, okay, we're gonna train you to box. They are working on the inside, the outside, everything of that kid. And it's an investment. It really is a family unit. That feeling and that sense of family is something that so many people are missing in their lives. If I had a program like that when I was a kid, I think my life, not that it's not great now, but I think it would have definitely have saved me some bumps and bruises along the way.
Our kids in Hartford, in our community, and other inner cities around this country are without question the most challenged resource in this country, yet the most precious. Because with a little bit of support, a little filling in the blanks, helping out, it can flourish. What's most meaningful to me is to see a kid come to life, to blossom. It takes leaders, and especially self-assured, positive leaders, and also a heart for service to their people to make a difference. Our vision is to become a relied upon institution that other institutions can come to, be it DCF, Juvenile Justice, the IOL, Wheeler, and bring us our kids, and we can be there to support them and their families and help their parents to help nurture their kids to become successful.
We want to thank on behalf of the Board of Directors of Charter Boxing Academy for recognizing and to continue working with Charter Boxing Academy.
To be honored with this award is just unbelievable, and is such validation too, not just for me, but for my kids as well, and for their families, but even more so my team, my family, my staff. And it's also a call to arms. It is a call to do better and, keep pursuing our mission.
Coach Callis and the COBA team. For over 35 years, you have created a space where youth are inspired and set on paths towards successful futures. We also acknowledge the many innovative partnerships and collaborations you have forged with other community organizations to holistically develop our city's youth. We are in awe of your energy and dedication and are beyond excited to recognize you with the 2024 Community Polaris Award.
Please welcome COBA founder, executive director, and head coach, Johnny Callis, to accept the Community Polaris Award on behalf of the entire COBA team.
My God, I'm having flashbacks to my 8th grade graduation at bachelor school in Hartford when I won the Science Award, and I still don't know how I won that Science Award. But I have an idea, a little bit of an idea of why we're being honored, and I have to say it is such an incredible honor to be recognized by Leadership Greater Hartford, an organization that has been around for 38 years, I believe, and is just getting better and stronger in every way and leading the charge to bringing folks into our communities that can become leaders and help really, truly affect change. I want to thank Leadership Greater Hartford for a few different reasons. One is, as an organization, as you've heard, we've been around for 35 years. And a lot of ups and downs and all arounds, as we say, but we have always been incredibly dedicated to utilizing the vehicle of amateur boxing to help teach our kids about life. We're good, very good at creating champions in the ring, but we're even better at creating champions of life. And it's been 35 years where we've dedicated ourselves to that. And in addition to that, as an organization, as mentioned in the film, we really have strived to try to be an organization that anybody can pick up the phone and call, from a mother, a father, a therapist, a clinician, the mayor's office, the police department, IOL, Wheeler, everybody and anybody. We have strived to become a relied upon organization that will be there for the kids. We have a no refusal policy. We have a no kick out policy. And again, we utilize the vehicle of world-class Olympic amateur boxing. But we're much, much more than that, as we also have, as you've seen on the screen, we have a mental health department. We do life skills. We do Outward Bound with our kids. And many other types of programs, too long to get into. But I want to thank Leadership Greater Hartford, because with this recognition, obviously, it tells us that we're on our way to being that organization that can be relied upon. In addition, I want to thank Leadership Greater Hartford for recognizing us, because it truly, everybody talks about it takes a village, but it really takes multiple villages. It takes multiple villages, multiple systems, various peoples, and it really comes down to people who want to make a difference, whether it's the governor's office, the mayor's office, the city council, the Hartford Foundation, the Bissell Foundation, Dignity Grows, a philanthropist like Jeffrey Dressler. It takes people, and that's what it comes down to. It's people that truly make the difference. So it takes numerous villages and systems that I would like to refer to as a truly helping community. Leadership Greater Hartford, thank you for honoring us with this so that I can thank the community of partners that we have that have helped us thus far meet our goal. Most of all, I very much want to take this opportunity and thank you, Leadership Greater Hartford, because you are giving me the opportunity to thank a team of people that are absolutely selfless and committed to our kids, to our vision, to helping our kids stay alive in school, off drugs, out of gangs, and moving to some form of higher education. And I really want to pay tribute to all of the individuals that make up our family and make up our team. Some of them couldn't be here tonight, but some of them are as well. And I'm going to ask that people stand up in the balcony. These are some of our directors. Come on, stand up, people. These are some of our directors, volunteers, staff. And I thank Leadership Greater Hartford for this, because I can use it to thank you all. I could go on and on about the unique and special gifts that every single one of these people bring to the table, but we'd be here definitely for 24 hours. With that said, I also want to thank Leadership Greater Hartford for allowing me to thank why we are all here. I want to stand up there, the incredible kids of Hartford and Greater Hartford. We have about 4 or 5 of them from our program. Ethan, Leonel, please stand up. Jasmine, Dee Marie. This is why we do what we do. It's why we all get together and network and do the best that we can, because we have the most phenomenal kids in Hartford and Greater Hartford, and I want to thank them for giving my life purpose. With that said, we've been going for 35 years, but we're just getting started. I wore my Rolling Stone socks tonight because you know what? We're going to be around longer than the Stones. We're just getting started. Yes. Very good. Thank you. God bless. And to the other honorees as well, you're a pure inspiration. Thank you, Leadership Greater Hartford.
For the presentation of the final Polaris Award tonight, the 2024 Leadership Polaris Award, please welcome LGH board member Elsie Gonzalez, who is the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for CREC.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. When Larissa asked me to be part of presenting this next award, I was extremely excited and honored. As a diversity, equity, and inclusion professional myself, I am inspired by the career of our next honoree and her role in forming policy and organizations for the city and the state that ensures all voices are not just invited to the table, but that diverse voices are heard and included in the conversation. Thea Montañez has worked in government, business, and the nonprofit sector to strengthen the community she calls home for over 20 years. Those who have worked with her know her to be compassionate, authentic, and a strategic leader. From 2016 to 2023, she served as Chief of Staff and then Chief Operating Officer for the City of Hartford, where she managed an annual budget of $600 million and oversaw day-to-day operations for 1,500 employees and all 13 municipal departments, successfully helping the team navigate through the COVID crisis and significant financial challenges. Her leadership during that time was critical. As the former COO, she also led the development and implementation of several citywide initiatives designed to better support the needs of survivors of community violence, as well as justice-involved youth and adults, and those living with addiction, mental illness, and housing instability, including Hartford's Civilian Crisis Response Team. She has given of her time as a dynamic facilitator and speaker for many of our LGH programs and initiatives as well. Thea currently serves on the State of Connecticut's Juvenile Justice Policy and Oversight Committee and co-chairs its diversion work group. She has also served on numerous nonprofits and boards and commissions, including the State of Connecticut's Judicial Selection Commission, University of St. Joseph's, and the Hartford Public Library. Thea, I know, it's like so exciting, almost there. She's done so much. Thea was recently announced as the new senior advisor to Governor Ned Lamont. Among other responsibilities, she will lead interagency efforts to connect more Connecticut residents to opportunity, as well as efforts to develop public-private partnerships focused on the same goal. No doubt, continuing her leadership and her work in the state and the communities for all. I'm happy to tell you more and more about Thea and her impact, but let's hear from some of her closest friends and colleagues.
The Leadership Greater Hartford Leadership Polaris Award honors an individual who demonstrates exemplary leadership through significant positive impact on others and works to break down barriers to help create a more just and caring community. This year, the Leadership Polaris Award is proudly presented to Thea Montañez.
I first met Thea about a dozen years ago, and it was when she was the president of the board of the Hartford Public Library, and I was a newly appointed board member. Thea is extraordinary. There are not many Theas in this world. You know, there are people who are brilliant. There are people who can see around corners and anticipate problems. There are people who care deeply about their community and care deeply about the most vulnerable in those communities. There are not many people who can do all those things, and Thea can do all those things.
There were many things that I was a part of and I worked on during my time with the City of Hartford. I think one of the issues I was most passionate about was criminal justice reform. I've talked publicly about my cousin, who at the age of 12 was arrested for stealing a toy, and he never left the system. And, you know, as a child, I remember, you know, accompanying my mother and my grandmother trying to figure out how to support him And I remember how that felt. I remember the way we were treated and mistreated. And it certainly, has been another source of inspiration for me and my decision to work in local government, never wanting any person or any family to have to experience, what feels like disrespect, treating everyone with dignity despite their circumstances.
I was incarcerated at the age of 17 and I served 20 years in prison. And I was incarcerated with her cousin, Eddie Berto. And he just talked about his amazing cousin nonstop. Like, I was in the halfway house and they brought me my first pair of sneakers. So, she invited me to Thanksgiving dinner. She was just a constant throughout my journey. As one of, Thea's crown jewels, the reentry center, there wasn't anything like that, not in Hartford, but not in the state. Nowhere in the state was there a hub. Returning is a very hard process because of how we view incarceration. So you don't come home with resources, you don't come home with knowledge. And a lot of people rely on the reentry center. It wasn't there when I came home. However, she was very much a part of my reentry. And so, she was very thoughtful about my return. And I'm not from Hartford, so I'm from New Haven, and just having small interactions with her made it easy for me to decide to take a shot on a new beginning in a new city. Thea's a powerhouse, so she's gonna move, but as she moves with that same energy and force, she's looking to give back and change things.
When I think about what was most meaningful to me about my work at the City of Hartford was the fact it never felt like work. It was more of my healing practice. And so, being able to be in a position where I can help, and again, try to prevent families from having to experience that trauma, really, again, has been a way of helping me heal.
Thea is like a superhero. She has an insane amount of passion that is dangerous because it's coupled with brilliance, right? Like, she's not just passionate, she's actually brilliant. I don't think there's anything she can't do.
I think Thea is an inspiration to so many people who know her, who interacted with city government, who've worked with her, because as smart as she is, as incredibly skilled as she is, she always
But I did mattered. Again, sometimes you are so in it that you don't lift your head up to realize the impact that it had.
At LGH, we define leadership as giving the best of yourself to the work of the team and helping others to do the same. Thea, throughout your career, you have exemplified this, especially in your roles with the city for these past 8 years. Thank you for inspiring others to give the best of themselves to our community, and for your unwavering belief in and commitment to our capital city. We are honored to recognize you with the 2024 Leadership Polaris Award.
Please welcome this year's Leadership Polaris Award winner, our superhero, Thea Montañez.
Voy a reír, voy a bailar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la. Voy a reír, voy a gozar, vivir mi vida, la 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 la.
I brought tissues.
Good evening. Thank you to LGH for tonight's recognition, and thank you to Larissa and the incredible team and the board of directors for the work that you do in service to our community. And congratulations to Janine and Koba for their well-deserved recognition. Hartford is my home, and I was fortunate enough to serve as its chief operating officer. I consider my career in service to this community that raised me to be one of the greatest privileges of my life. During my 8 years working in Hartford City Hall, I had the honor of serving alongside some of the most committed and courageous and selfless public servants there are, and I'm forever grateful to our municipal employees for the sacrifices they've made and they will continue to make on my behalf as a Hartford resident. For me, my work is my protest against injustice and indifference. It represents my faith in action. It has evolved into my healing practice. Hartford has given more to me than I will ever be able to give back to it, including these really beautiful and sacred moments when I'm reminded that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, and often those moments take time to reveal themselves. For example, back in 2017, the brilliant James Jetter, who you saw in tonight's video, was released from incarceration after serving nearly 20 years in the same prison as my cousin. I remember the week that James came out, he needed a pair of sneakers. So one night, late after work, I left City Hall to buy him a pair. As I bought those sneakers, I thought of my cousin who would never be released. And I prayed that if he ever needed anything that I couldn't give him, somebody else would. Fast forward, just this past April, my cousin was released from prison after serving 33 years. And he left with nothing. The next day, I took him clothes shopping, but unfortunately, I didn't end up buying his sneakers because I ran out of time. There is never enough time. The following day, I called my mom to tell her I was going to pick him up, my cousin, to buy him his sneakers. And she said to me, "He's all set, you don't have to worry." James picked him up and bought him his sneakers. I believe that we all have the ability to care for one another, and it's our sacred duty to do so. I don't think of that as leadership as much as I think of it as an act of love. I'm grateful for the people in my life who have chosen to love me because it's what supports my ability to love my community, and some of them are here today. Thank you. And I appreciate LGH believing that that's something worth us all celebrating. Thank you.
Thank you, Thea. This has been such an incredible honor to hear and learn from all of our amazing honorees. Let's give another round of applause for our honorees. Congratulations to all of you.
My friends were always putting him down, down, down. I don't see anybody standing. He said he came from the wrong side of town. What'd you do when he said that he came from the wrong side of town? I want to thank you for letting me be myself again. I want to thank you for letting me be myself again. Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. She's just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. It's just a city boy, born and raised in every time. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Give yourselves a round of applause. You look fantastic.
I love LGH. You're not wasting people's time. You're putting people together that make sense, and you're growing organizations, individuals. I mean, you're making people be the best versions of themselves.
I think that as an organization, it really does much to highlight the city, highlight the greater Hartford region.
Through the leadership of EOP program, even in a very short period of time that I've been in Hartford, I know who to reach out to.
It's been a great experience. Met a ton of like-minded young professionals, mid-level professionals who just want to grow their network and grow their leadership abilities.
I attribute LGH with helping me get involved in the greater Hartford community and really helping me grow roots and stay here for the past 20 years.
I absolutely would encourage people to participate. What you get from it is a opportunity to learn not only from experts and from people out there in the community, but to learn from each other as well.
If I'm thinking about somebody who's new to the greater Hartford area and they're looking to build their network, I would say find the time to go through Quest.
I got introduced to Leadership Greater Hartford, and let me tell you, I have so many networks and so many friends, and I know that if I need something, I call them and they call us.
I certainly want to continue some involvement with Leadership Greater Hartford because it's just been such an inspiration for me.
It changed my life. It was remarkable. And I can absolutely pinpoint my connections from LGH to what I'm doing now. It really changed the way that I did business.
I think it made me a better leader. I think it made me a better board member. I think it made me just a better person overall.
The work Leadership Greater Hartford is doing, this is how we not only get our city to survive, but thrive.
You can really never stop growing, and EOP gives you the opportunity to stay relevant and to keep connecting and keep growing within your own organization and your own community.
It was a transformative experience for me. I think it will be a transformative experience for other leaders here in the central Connecticut area.
I will tell anyone that I meet about the beauty of the organization, and I count it as the first strand in the web of connectivity that I've built in the 21 years that I've been in Hartford.
You're going to gain so much more than putting in your time, so it's a huge value and something I think everyone should really participate if they give the opportunity.
So it's been a wonderful experience even after you finish the program. It's ongoing. It's not a one and done.
I hope it continues to prosper because it's been a great tool for me, and I know it will be for years to come.
LGH, join them.
Please welcome Dan Noonan, Senior Vice President, Enrollment Marketing and Communications for Goodwin University and University of Bridgeport and LGH Board Chair to the stage. Welcome, Dan.
Hello, Infinity. How are we? Really? So I have to tell you, or I have to ask you, this big loudmouth Irishman from Waterbury, which is the center of the universe, right? Summit 2017, by the way, the best Summit class. Who has better hair, Reverend Durrell or me? I think I know your answer. Thank you. Pray for me, Durrell. Oh, hi, friends up there. How are you? You're awfully quiet. So, welcome. Thank you so much on behalf of the Board of Directors of Leadership Greater Hartford for joining us this evening at our biggest event of the year. It's great to be here in this wonderful hall. This room is nearly full of wonderful LGH supporters. I want to start, before I begin my prepared remarks, by just stating to you that what we're experiencing tonight does not happen by accident. It happens because of leadership. And it happens because of the leadership of our President and CEO, Larissa Kotke, and her amazing staff. Can we please have a round of applause for them? I'd also like to share that I stand before you literally on the shoulders of my predecessors who served as board chair during my time, my years with Leadership Greater Hartford, and it is because of their leadership and their services, chair of the board, that we are here today. Please offer a round of applause for former board chairs Jason Jakubowski, Tisa Rabin-Marshall, and Jen Sager. I'd also like to thank my Vice Chair Preksha Palmer and my fellow officers in the board, Darrell and Mike Avicoli, for their leadership and commitment to LGH. We meet quite regularly, and because of that work, we are able to support Larissa and her team in the great efforts that they put forth for tonight and every day. So why am I here? It's not because of my ravishing good looks and great hair. I am here because Larissa spoke earlier about the impact that our programs and strategic partnerships make. I think you saw that come to life in the video we just watched. I've been on the board of LGH for 6 years, and my story was a conversation on a bus on a tour of Hartford. I think we were just coming from the Colt building with then President and CEO Ted Carroll. And it was a TED Talk before TED Talks. Thank you. That was funny for those of you that didn't laugh. I'll give you a minute to catch up. I was really taken by my experience with the Executive Summit Program, and many of you, I think, would agree with me that there are times in your careers where leadership is truly very lonely. And you find yourself looking at a mirror and say, okay, it's time to make a decision. And I found that through the Summit Program, I was with peer leaders, many of whom I still have connection with today, who helped me process my leadership skills that I believe made me a great leader, or a better leader, I should say. So, as a member of the executive management team at both Goodwin University and the University of Bridgeport, I'm honored to lead a team of over 100 colleagues. And I could not do that without wonderful key leaders on my team. One of them is sitting right in front of me, Phil Moore, who's our Senior Director of Marketing and Communication for both Goodwin and UB, and a Quest graduate before it was called Quest. Somewhere around the 17th century. Yes, BC. And we call senior... He says BC. Ah, that's terrific. That's actually the funniest line of the night. So I have one caveat for leaders on my team, that they must go through an LGH program. And that certainly has paid dividends. And I am looking at an entire row of 16 Goodwin colleagues who are here today, for some first time at a LGH function, and certainly some who have been here many times. So I'm grateful to be with them as well. So LGH is proud to have been doing this mission work for nearly 50 years. 50 years. Let me do the math, carry the one. I was 7 years old when LGH was found. But the work is not done. The dynamics of our local neighborhoods and communities in the region's needs are ever evolving. I'm proud to say that LGH has stayed poised to address these needs and adapt with the times. Our challenges today are many, but none of them should dampen our hope for a bright future or the challenges that cannot be positively impacted with strong, inclusive, and innovative leadership. That's just what our work of convening and community building does. So I'm here today to ask you for money. I've buried the lead. They asked the board chair to be the chief beggar. I'm here and I'm not going away until we hit our target. So this could go one of two ways, folks. Your support is needed to help us keep our mission going. We have opportunities for mid-career professionals to recently relocated or folks new to their role, key executives, so forth, those seeking placement on nonprofit boards, and those in the next and best chapters of their careers, also known as retirees, to become involved and learn from their surrounding communities. We've expanded our services in the last 10 years to provide customizable curriculum and training for public and private clients through the LGH training and consulting arm. Also, We recently crossed an important milestone in training 1,000 individuals in board governance, then matching them with nonprofits seeking diverse candidates to join their boards. None of the work that we do is possible without your help. So tonight, I ask you to consider how you can invest and why your investment will matter. Many of you know the author Simon Sinek, my favorite author of a couple of really great books. Start With Why is one of them. And Sinek in his book states, people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. I believe all of you are here with us this evening because you believe our why. You believe what we believe. So please help us continue to do what we all believe. Proceeds from Polaris and the contributions you make tonight help sustain our core operations and ensure access to LGH programs and that they continue. In particular, dedicated scholarship support for BIPOC and Hartford residents and their program tuition, expanding access to our programs to more leaders from more parts of our community and broadening the voices represented. Tony and May, where are you? Are you out there, Tony and May? Well, wherever they are, they're going to be coming around with pledge forms. And our goal tonight is to raise $15,000, and we hope to do that in 1 2-minute and 30-second song. Matt, what do you think? We're going to do that? Did I put him to sleep? We have a meaningful goal for tonight. Your help will get us to that $15,000 target to ensure that LGH continue to grow the next great leaders that our community needs. Think about this. If we look at the news any day, if your stomach can tolerate it, and if we can finally have a moment to break through the noise that's in society, if we can finally have some civil discourse in our country, we could find truly all of the things that are right in our world and certainly in our America. So for all of the things that are wrong in our world, LGH is right. And the work that we do is the right work that Greater Hartford needs today. And I ask your help to support us to continue that. Think about why you're here. What's your why? How does your why align with LGH? What inspires you? I'm asking you to give and to join our mission tonight. If you are an existing LGH donor, I invite you to consider a renewed gift. If you are making a contribution to LGH for the first time, I thank you. We know there are many ways to support us, and it's all needed. We often say to give with your heart and at a level that demonstrates your belief in the important work that we do. So while that is true, I am respectfully asking you to please dig a little bit deeper tonight. That's what I'd like everyone to consider. How can you help our mission so that we could propagate the faith, if you will, of LGH even more? We appreciate in advance your thoughtful and generous gifts tonight. So, I've only got 5 more pages to go. Anybody know what that's called? QR code for us marketing geeks. Exactly. We've made the electronic giving process easy. So, take out your Steve Jobs, your iPhone, your Google device, whatever it is. You can scan the QR code in your program book on page 5, or you can scan this code to access our event website and look for Make a Donation in the menu, or text Polaris 24 to 44834 and click on the link in the text that you receive back. That's Polaris 24 to 44834. Or if you would prefer to give in the traditional way, May and Tony are in the aisles with paper pledge cards. Are they in the aisles yet? There's May. Round of applause for May. If anyone would like a paper pledge form, we'll give you the stamp. May and Tony have those, so thank you so much. If you do take a pledge form, you can certainly either give it back to Mayor Tony or you can leave it at the registration table on the way out. Okay, let's take a few minutes, please, to make our investment, and I hope you feel inspired to help us meet our goal. I'm going to join you right now. Your tax-deductible contributions may be made payable to Leadership Greater Hartford. Look at that. What do you got, Matt? What's the money-making music? Can we be brave? Like Sarah Bareilles? Let's be brave.
You can be amazing. You can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug.
Thank you, Anonymous.
You can be the outcast or the backlash of someone else.
Thank you, Maura. Thank you, David. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, John.
Or you can stop by speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do. They settle
help us.
Skin. Kept on the inside and no sunlight. Sometimes a shadow wins.
We've broken $9,000.
But I wonder what would happen if you say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see
we need your help. Thank you so much.
What you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, no gift is too small or too large. All gifts get us closer to our finish line.
Everybody's been there, everyone's been stared down by the enemy. Falling for the fear and done disappear and bow down to the mighty. Don't run, stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage.
Pushing 11,000. All right,
maybe
give us a round of applause.
You can let the light
Let's push
in.
towards the finish line.
Show me how big your brain is. Say
Jenny,
what you
Nicole,
want to
thank
say
you.
and let the words fall out. Honestly, I want to see you be brave. Say what you want to say and let the words
Thank you so
fall
much.
out. Honestly, I want
How's
to
everybody
see
doing
you
up
be
top?
brave. $3,200 more.
Come on, we're so close. If you've given already, give again. It gets me off the stage. We're one step closer to dessert. Thank you, Amal. Thank you, Eric.
Say what you want to
Freddie.
say.
Danielle, thank you.
Donate more.
Arlene, thank you.
I want to see
so
you be
close.
brave. We need 2022. No, there's no just a little less. That's okay.
We're all the questers.
Hey,
You think your class is the best? Show it. Please.
let the words fall
Oh, we're so close to 13.
I want to see you donate to what you want to say.
Oh, come on
and
now,
let
let's
the
get
words
close.
fall out. I want to see you be brave.
Come on, folks. We're so close. We're so close. So if we offered free internet for the rest of your life, would that help you donate? Free education, Goodwin, UB, UHeart, UConn. I have no authority over those schools, right? How about 30 more seconds, Matt, and we'll call it an end. Is that good? You have any motivating music for 30 seconds? Oh, that's longer than 30 seconds. Last call. Can we get to 14? I will tell you that the paper pledge forms are coming in. May tells me we've got a number of those, so we're going to be tallying those. We also have donations that have come in at the door, and certainly your contributions to the raffle. So I am very confident we will be well north of the $15,000. So thank you all very, very much. Okay, now to the really, really important stuff. Please, another LGH round of applause for our President and CEO, Larisa Kotke. Thank you, everybody.
All right, friends. Thank you so very much to Dan and to all of you who have donated and supported LGH tonight. I have to say I'm particularly heartened by the incredible stories. Congratulations again to our honorees. I did want to take just a few minutes. I am standing between you all and dessert and additional beverages, so I am mindful of that, but I want to take a few minutes just to tell you about some amazing things happening at LGH, because there's a few things on the horizon for us. So some of you may have been there, but at Polaris in October of 2022, we unveiled our new 3-year strategic plan that included an overarching goal to build the future of LGH on a foundation of sustainable growth that elevates our brand, our impact, and the trust our community has in us. While we've continued to make thoughtful additions and adjustments to our existing programs year over year to support the strategic goal, we've also made significant strides regarding sustainable growth and elevating the LGH brand, which we'll be revealing tonight. Since we were together at Polaris last year, our team, led by our Director of Consulting and Training, Tony Saccone, who will be on the drums in a few minutes, our team has developed a brand new fee-for-service training offering, the Level Up Transformative Leadership and Culture Certification Program. This is a product that we developed as part of the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving's Social Enterprise Accelerator Program. So last fall, we created a robust business plan to get this program launched successfully. And if we do, this new service offering will be able to provide upwards of $200,000 of net income to LGH annually within 2 years. That is unbelievable for us. So that funding is key to our long-term sustainability and directly impacts our ability to provide more scholarships to program participants with a key focus on Hartford residents and BIPOC individuals. It also means that we can sustain and even increase the breadth of our sliding scale tuition fees to ensure that our smallest nonprofits and small business partners are able to participate fully in our programs without a barrier of financial burden. So this summer, we are beginning to launch and promote Level Up, which is a multi-phase leadership program designed to serve cohorts and teams within the same organization or agency or company. We know that companies are struggling with generational transitions in leadership, how to build and sustain company culture in hybrid environments, and how to inclusively support team members as whole humans with rich lives and responsibilities outside of work as well as within. So Level Up is designed to help organizations address all of these issues and create environments where employees and companies can both thrive. We see this offering as being a solution for mid to large size companies, especially those in professional services, municipalities, state agencies, institutions of higher ed, and large nonprofits. We have not gotten to this moment and this point alone. In January, we presented our business plan to key stakeholders in the LGH network, and we began a fundraising campaign to help us raise growth capital to launch this initiative. The Hartford Foundation generously offered up $30,000 in matched funds, and our community came through to leverage that full gift. So please join me in thanking these key investors for supporting our newest social enterprise initiative. It is thanks to their investments that we've raised over $60,000 to develop the program framework and curriculum, to design marketing materials and implement sales strategies, and we hope to secure our first client agency this year. Will it be you? So please reach out to me or Tony if you'd like to learn more about how this program could support you and your teams at work, and join me in applauding Tony for leading this amazing new initiative for LGH. And at Polaris last year, in June of 2023, we shared new messaging and positioning work that was developed with consultant Phil Dwyer, trying to help communicate the true impact of LGH which is the people and alumni who go through our programs and use their learning to help take them on new leadership challenges and opportunities, creating positive change in our communities. So over 47 years and numerous programs, our identity is often muddled to those who don't know us, and even a bit to those who do. So last year, we unveiled a new tagline for LGH to more fully capture the L, the G, and the H. It's Leadership Greater Hartford, for sure, without a doubt, but it also means that leaders grow here. I'm a little embarrassed to admit just how long it took me to realize the wittiness of the tagline, that yes, we develop and grow leaders, but it also uses our initials. So with this new tagline in place and a goal of more clearly communicating with the Greater Hartford community, we've been working with Go Agency, some of them in the back of the room, for the past 6 months to develop a new logo for LGH, and they're also helping us develop a new website, which will be launched later this year. So tonight, for the first time ever, we are unveiling our new logo. Can I get I gotta say, when Go presented this design concept to the team, that was it. It was a done deal. We had immediate consensus across 5 generations, and no other design options mattered. This icon also says so much in a small space. We're able to retain our 3 colors, paying homage to our past, but in a punched up and more modernized palette. These colors represent our 3 pillars of community leadership and connections, but they converge, much in the same way that LGH programs bring folks together from all identities and experience to develop and learn. The arrow depicts the growth of our leaders, and each letter physically supports the other, a smart reference to the importance of connection, community, and servant leadership. The icon also allows us to visually tie every LGH program to Leadership Greater Hartford. So each program will now have its own mark that integrates the LGH icon to ensure that our programs always tie back to the primary goals of LGH. So regardless of which program you've participated in which year, all alumni are part of the LGH family. We hope that you all feel represented in what this new branding symbolizes. We want you to be proud of your ties to LGH, and we hope to see our alumni and friends promoting our new look throughout town. Tonight, we have a few newly branded giveaways for you to bring home, and we hope that you'll be on the lookout for more in the coming months, especially as we will launch our new website this fall. So thank you so much to Chad Turner and his incredible team at Go. We love how thoughtfully you reflect who we are as an organization in a strategic and snazzy way. Now, lest you think that this is plenty of stuff for 1 year, we're also about to move offices. So at the end of June, we will be bidding farewell to our longtime home at 30 Laurel Street. And we'll be moving in to Connecticut Public's building at 1049 Asylum Avenue. We knew this change was in our future when United Way put our building on the market last year. And while it's bittersweet to leave our neighborhood, we are so excited to share that we found a new home in Hartford amongst so many other nonprofit partners who share our values of community-focused work. In our new building, we'll share community space and be neighbors with CPTV, WNPR, the Connecticut Mirror, World Affairs Council, Hartford Performs, and the Connecticut Museum of Culture and History. It's likely that we'll gain some more nonprofit partners in the coming months as well, and all early signs and conversations with our new landlords are energizing, and we can't wait to get settled in. So I have to say, I said at the beginning of the night, I'm so grateful for our team. While some might shy away from or even fear change, I'm surrounded by colleagues who embrace this evolution of LGH, new program offerings, a new look, and a new home. We can't wait to share our new space with all of you. 2024 will be full of exciting opportunities with LGH, and so we hope you will be a part of that. And thank you. And now, for those of you who bid early in your raffle, we are getting close to our after party. But before we do, it is time for us to announce our raffle winners. I do want to thank all of the incredible local businesses and individuals who contributed to the prize packages, each one valued at over $1,300. We also want to thank those that supported our silent auction. Auction winners will be notified when that closes at the end of the evening. And since this is a modern age raffle, all tickets were electronic, and the system did randomly select our winners a few minutes ago. I have word, though, that there is a special guest who will bring out the official results to me in sealed envelopes. Any guesses who that could be? Anyone? Anyone? Any celebs? Any celebs? Look who I found!
Stand back, stand back.
It's Renee Danino from iHeartRadio. Renee is a longtime supporter of LGH and a big fan of Polaris. So welcome, Renee.
All right. Thank you, Larissa. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations to the winners. I randomly sat over there. I didn't know I was going to be surrounded by such greatness, so I'm hoping, because I shook all of your hands, that some of that rubbed off on me a little bit. And hello to Koba up there and all those people that are supporting you. And it's just an honor to be here. But I am here because I want to get to dessert. So let's get to our winners. Keep in mind, winners do not need to be present to win. And so I'm going to read off some of their names. But I would never miss an opportunity to be here. It has been my honor to be an MC and a presenter for this incredible event for many, many years. We have been a sponsor. We've hosted our virtual event. Remember? Oh, everyone left me. Oh, there you're right there. There you are. But we hosted a virtual event. We had a great relationship. Matt, you've added such an incredible vibe, right? Like, I cannot sing Push It from Salt and Pepper Normal anymore. Like the way, we'll do that later. It's just a matter, but this year has just been incredible. So hats off again to Janine, Coach Callis, the Koba team, and Thea. Congratulations. And now it is time to find out our winners. You can go to the registration. You don't need to come up here. Let's see here. Envelope 1. I feel like this is so cool. Yeah, drum roll. Piano roll, please. And the winner is for package 1. Chris Abel. Congratulations. That's package 1. Okay. Package 2. Oh, sorry. That wasn't package 1. That was package 2. I somehow got mixed up. Chris Abel, you won package 2. Package 1 will now go to Candida Flores. I had one job to do tonight. Literally one job to do. Didn't do it right. That's all right. And package 3, Jennifer Sager. All right. Congratulations, everybody. Thanks for letting me be here. I want to dance and eat dessert, so have a great night, everyone. Hold on, Renee. So, she surprised us by being here tonight, but we have a surprise for Renee as well. So just like Renee said when she first stepped out, she's been a big fan of LGH for years, but we're also big fans of her. Not only is she a champion for LGH's cause, she represents so many other local nonprofits by bringing much needed attention to their important causes too. Renee, you lend your media expertise to amplify and tell important stories, help fundraise, and have kept us entertained at countless auctions, dinners, galas, charity walks, and more. The other reason we wanted to take the time to honor you is that a little birdie told me that you will be announcing your retirement from your role at iHeartMedia this summer. So we wanted to give you your flowers literally here tonight on the Polaris stage and make sure you know how much gratitude there is for you and your role in our region. So something tells me this won't be the last time we see Renee on a Polaris stage, but it certainly felt like a fitting time to pause and recognize all the support you've shown us over the years. So thank you. An honor. Absolute honor. Thank you.
All right, that was fun, and I love surprises. So what did you think of Polaris 2024? Let me say again, congratulations to Janine, Coach, Koba, and Thea. Thank you for allowing us to lift up your stories and show what determination and perseverance can produce. And thank you all for your leadership. And to all of the presenters, let's give them a round of applause. Maura, Darrell, and Elsie, you were great. As we close tonight, we would like to again acknowledge our 2024 Polaris sponsors, a special acknowledgement to our lead Green Room sponsor, Travelers, and gold sponsors, the Cigna Group and iHeartRadio, the River 1059. This celebration would not be possible without all of tonight's sponsors in support of our mission. And to our visionary sponsors, your year-long support of LGH enables events like Polaris, as well as our Spring Lessons in Leadership series, our quarterly Leaders in Focus events, and our Fall Leadership Breakfast. These events show the power of connections and highlight what model leadership should be. So we are grateful to these organizations and companies. I would like to again acknowledge the LGH board and our volunteers for your dedication to our organization year-round and making tonight a success. And lastly, I'd like to thank the team behind tonight's production for their efforts to make Polaris 2024 happen. Thank you to Ashley and Joe Trelli of Capture the Concept, who also did those video packages. I mean, whew. Brian Ambrose Photography, the Infinity Hall team led by Steve Perla, the incredible catering by Fire by Forge, Matt Tobin of Savage Pianos, and of course, we couldn't do it without her, Tisa Rabin-Marshall of T. Marie Media Group. Truly an incredible group to work with. So what do you say, Matt? One more round of dancing fun to get us ready for the after party?
Get up, stand up for your rights.
Leaders on board.
Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. I want to thank you for letting me be myself again.
Thank you all for joining us tonight.
And now
the celebration's just getting started, so stick around for our after party and dessert reception. That'll be taking place right next door in the pub room. Just follow the sounds of the band, and we'll see you again for Polaris in 2025.